me take you back to a time when love was as precious as diamonds, where if you search you would find it. I know that times have changed, but I don't wanna play no game.
All the heads turned into the same direction. Gasp filled the room, and eyes stayed wide when you entered inside the office. It was hard for them to believe that they are seeing the same Vian, who is sweet, simple, and a cheerful girl who works with all her dedication and prioritizes it more than anything. But today, you made their jaw drop by your new personality. Good morning, everyone. You greeted them with a sweet smile, knowing well they might have lost their voices after seeing you. What a beautiful day. You are looking gorgeous, Vian. Is there anything special? Your manager said, coming near you, unable to take his eyes off of you while you smiled slightly. Nothing is special, and yes, the day is indeed beautiful, sir. Now I'm feeling weird when you're calling me sir. You are looking beautiful, Vian, but why sudden changes when nothing is special? You looked at her. Oh, it's just I was bored, so I thought why not to try something new. You know, sometimes a change is better. She nodded, but their eyes were not leaving you until one more person entered the room. The person who walked in was none other than CEO John Jun. His usual confident demeanor changed for a moment when he saw you. You had always dressed in professional clothes, but today was different. Your outfit was bold. You greeted him along with other employees. Jungkook walked near you and stood at a distance. He looked surprised and too stunned to open his mouth seeing your new bold look. He quickly gathered himself, but his eyes were not leaving you. He looked at you up and down, and a hint of something possessiveness flashing in his eyes. Do we have anything special this day that I'm missing? You looked away while his eyes fixed on you. This is unexpected, Vian. I just thought it was time for a change. Sometimes it's good to break the routine, right? You said sarcastically while he raised his brow. Jungkook's jaw tightened slightly as he glanced at the other in the room, who were also taken aback by your new look. He then focused back on you, his expression intense. Right, but I hope you remember our company value and dress code. There was an edge to his voice, and the room fell silent. Your colleagues exchanged nervous glances, unsure of how to react. You felt a mix of emotions, but defiant. Of course, sir. I just thought a little change might bring some fresh energy. He stepped closer, his eyes never leaving yours. The intensity made your heart race, and you could feel the possessiveness radiating off him. It was as if he was staking his claim, letting everyone in the room know that you were under his watchful eye. Let's see how this new look of yours influences our work, but remember, some changes should be made carefully. He gave a tight smile, finally breaking his gaze to address the rest of the team. The team should be in the meeting room in next 30 minutes, he said, looking at everyone, and then gave a last look before walking away. You let out a shaky breath that you were holding all this time. Mark came near you. Wow, today you made everyone speechless. You smiled. It was not intended. Then you walked near your working desk, and today only you were the top headline of gossips. Everyone was just talking about you, and somehow these talks were reaching Jungkook's ears. He even saw how Mark was trying to raise his chance in front of you, making Jungkook burn in jealousy. You were in the meeting room taking down the notes like other team members as Jungkook's secretary was giving instructions, but little did you know that Jungkook's eyes were fixed on you. Your bold choice had not only surprised everyone but also triggered a protective and possessive response from Jungkook. The air was charged with unspoken words and emotions, making you wonder what this change would mean. As the meeting continued, you felt the intensity of Jungkook's gaze on you. Every time you look up, you caught him watching you, a mix of disapproval and something else in his eyes. He shifted uncomfortably in your seat, trying to focus on the task at hand. Your pen dropped from your hand. I'm sorry. You bent down, but before that, Mark picked it and gave it to you. You both passed a smile towards each other, and Jungkook could feel his hands clenching. Thank you. You looked at Jungkook and then again shifted your attention to the secretary. You were enjoying it. His reaction was more satisfying than you imagined. The meeting ended and you were going with Mark when Jungkook stopped you. Miss Kang, you turned back and looked at him. I want to see you in my office. He gave an intense look to Mark before leaving. Mark and you watched him leaving. He looks restless today. He looked at you and you two laughed a little. Seems like he's not satisfied with the meeting. Mark turned completely towards you. Fine, would you like to grab a dinner with me after work? You felt nervous because you always avoid getting too friendly with Mark, as it seems like he has feelings for you but you don't feel anything for him. He's just a good friend. If I get time, I will let you know. Now I have to go or he'll be mad. He nodded while you forced a slight smile and left while he sighed. It means you don't want. He walked towards his office. You knocked on the door and waited for Jungkook to allow you to come in. Once he asked you to come in, you opened the door and came inside, only to see him standing leaning against his desk while his arms crossed across his chest. You want to see me, sir? You said, holding a lot of confidence, which was just a show off because you were feeling nervous just by his gaze on you. He unfolded his arms and walked near you, taking slow steps. Yes, I called you because I want to talk about something. You nodded. Sure, what is it? Even though you know it already, but let me just ask. Can you please care to explain what you are trying to prove? Just because you have a freedom to choose what you wear, it doesn't mean you can break the dress code of company. You raised your brow. So you are clearly pointing out at my clothes. Jungkook crossed his arms, his jaw tightening. Yes, I am. This dress, while it looks incredible on you, is not appropriate for the office. You felt butterflies in your stomach when he said this dress looks incredible on you. You were enjoying this banter way too much. You narrowed your eyes. So you are saying my dress is inappropriate, even though you were the one who said I don't have a sense of dressing. He raised his brow. I didn't mean for you to take it to this extreme. There's a professional standard we need to maintain. You scoffed and crossed your arms. You took a step closer, your voice firm. I dress like this to show you and everyone else that I can change, that I can be stylish, but it seems like you are the only one having a problem with it. Jungkook's eyes darkened. Ryan, it's not just about the dress code, it's about the attention you are drawing. It's distracting. Your lips curled up into a small smile. Distracting for who? You? Jungkook's silence spoke volumes. He ran a hand through his hair, looking away briefly. Yes, for me and everyone else. You crossed your arms, matching his stance. If it's about me being a distraction, then maybe you should question why it bothers you so much. Jungkook stepped closer, closing the distance between you both. It bothers me because I care about you, Ryan. Seeing other men looking at you like that, it drives me crazy. Your heart dropped when you heard those words. Jungkook seems to be shocked as well because he might not want to say his inner thoughts out so loud. You looked nervous while a smirk appeared on your face. So it drives you crazy when other men look at me. Can I ask you what does that mean, Mr. Jungkook? You were bold enough to tease him while he was avoiding meeting your eyes. His ears turn red while you again ask him, are you jealous, Mr. Jungkook? Don't take it the other way. I just don't like the idea of other men staring at you. You step closer as your confidence growing. Why does it bother you so much? Jungkook finally met your gaze, his eyes intense. Because I care about you more than I probably should. Your heart skip a beat. Jungkook, Mr. Jungkook. You stammered because this was maybe not completely unexpected for you, but when you heard those words, you couldn't help but to feel that way. He grabbed his coat and draped it over your shoulders. Now you know, I didn't told you to change your dressing sense and start dressing up like this. I would never want other eyes to look what's mine. You have become completely red by now. What's yours? Jungkook stepped closer, his hand gently cupping your cheek, while your heart feels like coming in your throat. Yes, mine, he repeated, his thumb brushing against your skin. I should have told you how I felt a long time ago. Seeing you like this, so beautiful and confident, made me realize I can't keep pretending. Your breath hitched, your mind racing. Jungkook, he silenced you with a tender kiss. His lips, soft but insistent against yours. The world seems to fade away as you melted into him. Your hands finding their way to his chest. Jungkook deepened the kiss, pulling you closer, his coat slipping from your shoulders to the floor. When you finally broke apart, both of you were breathless. Jungkook rested his forehead against yours, his eyes searching yours for any sign of hesitation. I'm sorry if I overstepped. I just couldn't stand the thought of anyone else looking at you like that. He whispered in his deep husky voice that made you go crazy. You smiled, your fingers tracing the lines of his jaw. You didn't overstep. I was just surprised. I didn't know you felt this way. Jungkook took your hands in his grip firm and reassuring. I felt this way for a long time. I just didn't know how to say it, but seeing you today so bold and stunning made me realize I can't keep it to myself anymore. You leaned into him, feeling the steady beat of his heart against your own. I'm glad you told me. I felt something for you too, but I never thought you'd see me that way. Cook smiled, a soft, genuine smile that made your heart flutter. How could I not see you that way? You are incredible and I don't want to hide how I feel anymore. It happened for good anyways. If I didn't dress up like this and your jealousy didn't come out, we might never get to know how we feel about each other. He looked at you before smiling. Not really. I might have eventually tell you how I feel because you don't seem to understand hints that I always gave you. I said that your dressing sense is not that good because I thought you would switch from baggy clothes to something special. You know, I like you that way, but I never knew you'd dress up so bold. You chuckled. I think I have surprised everyone a little way too much. Jungkook pressed a kiss on top of your head. You did, and just so you know, you look beautiful no matter what you wear, but from now on, maybe save the red dress for our special moments. You chuckled softly, looking up at him with shining eyes. Deal. Make everything okay. Don't trust me, forgive me. You have to find a way.